Hey everybody, with John Walk, Jeff Reinhardt here. Welcome into another edition of LL Sports Update. Happy holidays. Wow, it's that time of year. Okay, coming up on the show, a lot of stuff. We're going to talk wrestling. We have a wrestling video this week over at Manheim Central. We're going to talk football. All state teams came out this week, and we had a local kid sign on the dotted line and make a big college announcement. But we'll start with basketball. Holiday tournaments are coming up in a week. Section play has started. So far, so good. Let's start with the boys' side. What's going on in boys' hoops?
Yeah, by the time you guys watch this, we'll be 3 league nights in the books already. I believe there's 14 overall.
Yeah.
So after Friday, we'll be, what, a third of the way through the league schedule. I'm just going to run through a few quick games coming up on Friday that are noteworthy because we got a jam-packed show, and I just wanted to give you guys kind of a few tidbits to chew on there for Friday. All right, Section 1, Manheim Township is going to Cedar Crest on Friday night. 2 Section 1 contenders there. Both teams have gotten off to great starts. Both are guard heavy. Both have nice guys down in the post. That's going to be an awesome early season matchup to see 2 possible Section 1 contenders. Township will be coming off Wednesday's game at Hempfield, so 2 big games this week for the Blue Streaks. Section 2, Lampere-Strasburg is traveling to Garden Spot. Lampere-Strasburg on Monday, upset loss to Elizabethtown. People think it's an upset. I'm not so much convinced of that. I think E-Town's going to be a Section 2 contender regardless, but Lampere-Strasburg is the 2-time defending section champs there, and Garden Spot's coming off Monday's big win over Ephrata, who was a Section 2 contender as well. So right now, Lampere-Strasburg, Garden Spot, Ephrata, E-Town, they're all in the mix for that Section 2 crown, but LS Garden Spot's a good one to watch for Friday in Section 2. Finally, in Section 3, Columbia is going to Lancaster Catholic. Columbia, they had a lot to replace, but they've gotten off to a decent start so far. I believe a 500 start so far through the first 4, 5, or 6 games. They have a very guard-heavy. Lancaster Catholic pretty much reloaded. I was out at their practice last week. They have a lot of awesome guards. They have kid, sophomore David Kamwanga. He's like 6'4" and can put the ball on the floor. I'm working a story about him down the line later on in the season, but he's awesome. He's definitely worth a ticket there just to see him in person. So that's going to be an early season matchup in Section 3, worth paying attention to. All right, along those lines, we're out at Donegal boys basketball practice earlier this week. Reason being, Donegal got off to a 3-0 start to the season, which is remarkable in that, one, they were a 1-win team a year ago, so they got off to a 3-0 start this year. Secondly, 3-0 start was the program's best since 2012. Now they had since lost back-to-back games on Saturday and Monday, so we got out there Tuesday. So, you know, we like their start, how they did, and now they're kind of learning, and a brand new coach there in Kevin Dolan. Irene Snyder was out of practice, caught up with Coach Dolan and a couple of the Indians players. We threw to Irene's video.
This is your first year head coaching at Donegal. What has this transition been like for you and for the team?
Well, it's always difficult to make a transition with a new coach. And a lot of the players here are seniors, have been here a couple years, but they're really taken to our coaching and our new philosophy. We have a new philosophy, trying to create a new culture, and I believe they've done a great job in trying to accept that.
He's bringing a lot of energy. All guys are like paying attention to detail on offense and defense, so I think it's paying off for our team.
And then the team only won 1 game last year, so what are the areas that you're looking to improve for this coming year?
Well, we're looking to improve all areas, basically, of the game, but primarily on the defensive end. Last year, we gave up more points than any other team in the league except 1. So our big focus this year is on the defensive end.
Yeah, you know, we can always improve everywhere, but I think especially, you know, we can always rebound and keep the energy high. That's what gets us winning games, and our defense creates our offense, so that's what we need to keep working on.
All right, thank you, Irene, for those interviews. All right, that does it for boys basketball. What's going on in girls basketball?
A lot, as usual. As mentioned, this is going fast already. Wow, quick first week, a lot going on, a lot of storylines. So let me zip through the sections, give you some updates. Here we go. Section 1, usual suspects at the top. Manheim Township, Cedar Crest, both 2-0, both good starts with a big game coming up later this week. Penn Manor, been kind of a surprise team up in Section 1. 2-0 league start for the Comets. 4-2 overall coming into midweek, 4 wins in a row. Lost their first 2 at home in their tip-off tournament, come back and won 4 in a row. So the Comets have been a nice story. Alyssa Shriver coming off a knee injury, the point guard, she's back, playing well. Macy Carroll making threes. Nichelle Greggs making shots. Penn Manor, good early story in Section 1. Friday will be the big one. Cedar Crest at Manheim Township on Friday, big game. Cedar Crest, back-to-back. Section 1 champs, reigning league champs. Couple losses. They lost to Wilson. They lost to Cedar Cliff. Couple good District 3 teams. but I got a chance to see Crest the other night against McCaskey. They're still good. Missing Ariel Jones and Alyssa Austin, a couple 1,000-point kids, but some new players in the mix. Hannah Wolfling's been great. Booker's working her way in. Witherwright's still making threes. So Crest is still Crest. It's a little different, but they're winning. They hit the midweek here, tied for first with Penn Manor in Manheim Township. Friday night, I'll be there in Nessville. Come say hello. Cedar Crest at Manheim Township. If it pans out, that should be, for first place. Huge game. Circle that one. Okay, Section 2. LS, the team we thought that would be there, defending champs. They're off to a good start. 4-1 here at midweek, and the only loss was Lancaster Catholic, which is undefeated and cooking here already. So LS 2-0 start in the section. Ephrata has been a good team here, and I pegged them to kind of work their way up in the Section 2 race this season. So far, so good. Great comeback win against Garnspot on Monday night. Steve Navaroli was there, got to cover that for us. Big second half run for Ephrata. Came back, roared back, beat Garden Spot late, 34-33 on a Candace Liebel free throw. Make your foul shots, kids. 2-0 start for Ephrata. And Solanco snowed out on Friday. We had a snow out already. So they missed their section opener on Friday, came back, win their section opener. So Solanco also off to a good start. LS Solanco on Wednesday night will be a great game. Section 2 is going to be fun. LS is still going to be that team to beat. Peg them to be there. Ephrata, good start. Solanco, good start. I think Donegal will be there as well. Got a chance to see them the other night. They're 1-1 here at midweek. Indians will also challenge. Section 3, not a surprise, Lancaster Catholic. 2-0 here at midweek, 4-0. Good non-league win against Allentown Central Catholic last Saturday. Crusaders are playing a great non-league schedule. They have Upper Dublin from District 1 coming up. They're going to play Emmaus out of District 11. Just a really good schedule here for the Crusaders. 2-0 start, tied with Northern Lebanon. Vikings, big win on Monday, beat Lebanon Catholic, the defending 1A state champs. Really good win there for the Vikings. Liz Voigt, 25 points. Good start for Northern Lebanon. Just the one loss here at midweek. They lost to Palmyra, which is off to a good start. Good, really good mid-pen team. Columbia, good start. 2-0 for the Crimson Tide. They lost so many kids, and I was a little worried about Columbia because they have a small roster, but they're 2-0 here to start. They haven't run into Catholic or Lebanon Catholic or Northern Lebanon yet, but the Tide with 4 wins here at midweek. So far so good in Section 3. Just about what we pegged, so definitely keep an eye on Catholic, Northern Lebanon, Lebanon Catholic moving ahead. Okay, let's switch gears. How about some wrestling? We keep telling you guys we're going to do some different winter sports. Dave Byrne is our wrestling guy, and he's all over LL Wrestling. God bless Dave Byrne.
Hall of Fame wrestling reporter.
Absolutely, he is fantastic. He loves it. Manheim Central, Barons, traditionally fantastic program. Good start for Manheim Central. Good win Tuesday night against Elizabethtown. Irene Snyder, she's busy this week. She was over at Manheim Central, caught up with Coach Bill Chamberlain and a couple of seniors, Zach Zeamen and Brian McKee. Let's see how the Barons are doing in wrestling. Irene, take it away.
This is your first year as head coach. Talk to me about what the experience has been like so far.
So far it's been good. I've been here for the 2 previous years as an assistant under Troy Sunderland. And one of the great things is that the staff actually stuck together. We all repositioned ourselves with titles, but we're still working together and we're still going towards the same goals. And so I have the commonality with the kids, and all the families are, we're all working towards the same thing.
And what's your outlook for this upcoming season?
I think we're going to do well. I truly think it comes down to how much the kids believe in themselves and how much they actually try and come together as one unit working towards one goal.
So what is the difference between the coaching staff last year and this year, and how has that changed your team?
With Coach Sunderland leaving, we can feel him. I mean, he comes in here sometimes, but we can feel his absence. But at the same time, we're still working hard, and Coach Chamberlain takes us through preseason and season, so it's been about the same.
Do you have any areas where you're looking for improvement this year?
I'd say offense, like our hand fighting and stuff. Just Coach likes pushing the pace, so that's what we try to do.
Okay, thanks Irene. Wrestling, exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that very much. And make sure you follow Dave Byrne here all winter. He will be all over wrestling, I promise. Wow. Okay, let's switch gears again. Football, it never ends. A lot of LL football news this week. We'll start with this, some good news. Jose Barbone, Conestoga Valley's outstanding wide receiver, defensive back, terrific athlete, great track kid as well. He can fly. Made a big announcement this week. Mr. Barbone picked Temple. Good for him. Had a lot of scholarship offers at the end of the day to sift through. And remember, back at the start of the season, he had like 0. And then he got off to such a great start. And I mean, he was fun to cover, and he got a lot of pub. And the school started coming around, and the offers picked up and picked up. Penn State did offer a preferred walk-on spot.
Wow.
And Illinois, he had an official visit to Illinois, Big Ten. But at the end of the day, the Illini did not offer. So that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But again, had a lot to choose from, made a lot of visits, made a list, checked it. And then he announced Tuesday night that he was going to go to Temple. So great choice for Barbone. He will join another LL kid, David Martin Robinson from Hempfield, another wideout type.
And by the way, Cody Booth, Penn Manor alum,
Yes.
was a graduate assistant coach at Temple this past season. He played there back in the day.
Nice little LL tie-in there.
Yeah.
So Barbone, amazing season, amazing career. And talking to Coach Novak at the press conference Tuesday, I mean, he put him right up there. Darrell Daniel went to Syracuse. Corey Jones went to Penn State. Ty Bynum went to Rhode Island. So many great receivers have come through CB, and he put Barbone right there at the top. So congrats to Jose Barbone. He will be off to Temple next year, play D1, and he will be an Owl. Okay, also this week, all state teams came out. LL League well represented. Start with 4A and 6A.
Yeah, we'll hit on 4A first. Lampeter Strasburg, congratulations to them. Gets 2 kids on. Kicker Peyton Denlinger and defensive lineman Damian Rosa. Denlinger he's really sifting through a lot of college offers right now. He's hoping to go D1 somewhere. If not, he has a lot of financial aid at D2 or D3 programs. So he's definitely going to be kicking at the next level, and he's very deserving of this honor. Just go over Peyton Denlinger's stats really quick for you guys. For the 2017 season, he made good on 45 of 50 point-after attempts, was 13 of 14 on field goals, the most made field goals in the league, by the way, and as long as 43 yards. Damian Rosa, meanwhile, on the defensive line, the guy was just a beast. I think he's a 2-time All-Star. He came back and did even better this year. Was probably one of the most feared D linemen in Section 2 anyway. 6 foot, 215 pounds along the D line. His stats piled up 81 tackles, including 26 stops for losses, 11.5 sacks, and a pair of forced fumbles to go along with his LL Section 2 All-Star honors. Move up to 6A. We had 2 guys there, Manheim Township quarterback Luke Emge and Hempfield punter Evan Pritchard. Again, both very deserving guys. Luke Emge, as we know, Manheim Township quarterback, Harvard commit, led them to astronomical heights just as far as winning the first District 3 championship in program history there. 12 wins were the most in single season program history at Township. Made this the program's first appearance in the state semifinals. Snapped Wilson's 68 game LL League regular season win streak. They beat Central Dauphin twice, beat Wilson twice, and beat Cumberland Valley in district title game. All 3 of them are football power, so incredible season for them. Luke Emge's numbers are really quick for you guys. Completed 140 of 227 passes for 1,880 passing yards, 24 TDs, 7 interceptions, in addition to his 455 rushing yards and 8 rushing scores. Oh, by the way, Evan Pritchard, we want to make sure we mention him. Got to really get to know that kid earlier this year. He told his story just as far as everything he's been through the last couple years and losing his father, and now helping his mom take care of his brother. He's working a part-time job. And by the way, on the offense, or on the football field, I should say, he's seeing time along the offensive line and defensive line and punting. He just committed to Davidson, so congrats to him.
Nice.
He's going to be an even better punter there because he's going to be able to focus all of his attention on punting. But even with that, all of his responsibility on his plate this year, did a fantastic job. His numbers, 3,209 yards in punting over 12 games, an average of, that was along the offensive line. He was offensive lineman. Led that unit just as far as the ground game goes. Hempfield had 3,200 rushing yards over 12 games, an average of 267 rushing yards per game. And then as far as Pritchard himself, his longest punt was 46 yards. Total punting yards were 1,195, an average of 34.1. And he dropped 8 of his punts within the opponent's 20-yard line. So congratulations to all those guys in 4A and 6A. Tell us about the All-State guys in 5A.
Don't forget the one other 6A, Iggy Reynoso
from
Wilson. Don't forget Iggy. Great year for him. Berks County's all-time leading rusher, all-time leading scorer for touchdowns. He was fabulous for Wilson. It was fun to get to cover him for a couple of years, no doubt. Okay, 5A, 4 kids made it. Let's start with Jose Barbone. What a day for him. Makes All-State in the morning and then commits to Temple in the evening. So great day on Tuesday for Jose Barbone. 68 catches, 1,041 yards, 16 touchdown catches, which led the LL in the regular season. 500 kick return yards, 200 punt return yards, 150 interception return yards. Beep, beep, boop, add it all up. 2,007 all-purpose yards in 10 games for Jose Barbone. He was unbelievable. 6 picks, a couple of pick sixes for touchdowns, returned 2 punts for touchdowns, returned a kickoff for a touchdown. He was amazing. He was amazing. So Barbone, first team All-State wideout. Okay, three Manheim Central Barons make it. Central goes further than any 5A team here in our area. Goes to the state semifinals. Tyler Doherty, the center, grinder kid, junior, anchored the O-line as the center. Really got better as the season went on. Helped Central average 415 yards and 44 points a game. That's pretty good. Playing the competition they played and going that far in districts, that's a lot of yards and a lot of points. Tyler Doherty makes it. Manheim Central's quarterback makes it. The sophomore, Evan Zeamen. We kind of been raving about him for the last couple of months, and he just had an unbelievable sophomore season. 2,597 passing yards, 29 touchdown passes, just 10 picks in 250 attempts. That's really good. Rush for 450 and 3 scores, and he's only going to get better.
And that single-season passing mark set a record.
Yes, snapped Smoker's single-season passing mark for Manheim Central. And whenever you break a Jeff Smoker record, you're doing something, trust me. And Jake Novak, repeat All-State pick, wideout, D-back, 59 catches, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdown catches. He also had 6 picks on defense, had a pick 6. Rush for almost 300 yards, jack of all trades kid for Manheim Central. He was superb. So back-to-back All-State for Jake Novak. Jose Barbone, Jake Novak, Evan Zeamen, and Tyler Doherty were your 5A All-State picks. Okay, as mentioned, a lot of LL League football news still here into December. A coaching move this week. We had a LL football coach step down. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a busy week. Elizabethtown sent out an email Tuesday saying that they're advertising for the head football coaching position, which kind of shocked us. Bill McDonald was only there for 3 years. Got to speak with Coach McDonald on Tuesday evening by phone. He's very gracious with his time. He's always been great with us. And
great guy.
I just wanted to mention that, you know, he's a former Lancaster Catholic quarterback himself, went on to coach at Catholic for those 2 state title teams over a long run there. Under Bruce Harbach as an assistant, became a first-time head coach at Elizabethtown. When he took over in 2015, the Bears were a combined 2-28 in the previous 3 seasons. They go 2-8 in Bill McDonald's first season at E-Town, and then a pair of back-to-back 6-4 seasons. They said they were in 95% of the games that they played in Section 2. They were right in. Section 2 is that vaunted league with Manheim Central, Calico, and others. So kudos to him for a solid 3 years there and building that program up and leaving it in good hands for whoever takes over in the future.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he definitely put them kind of back on the map, 2-28 to 6-4 and 6-4, and feared. I mean, they've had one of the best defenses in that section the last couple of years, and he's an offensive guru guy.
And if you guys want to know more information about that whole coaching move, check out everything on LancasterOnline.com's football page, and then Wednesday's newspaper. It was in there as well. One note I didn't throw in that story: we'll probably be seeing Bill McDonald coaching sometime in the future.
Oh, definitely.
So don't be surprised if he shows up somewhere else down the line.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay, last thing, we have a Glory Days. Remember those? Make sure you're sending us some Glory Days, some photos. Get out your scrapbooks and send us some pictures that we can feature here. We have one this week. Tell us about it.
Yeah, thanks to Lancaster Country Day for sending this in. They made me aware of this a couple weeks back, and longtime Lancaster Country Day boys soccer coach Dale Milan is retiring after 34 years of 52 seasons of coaching overall. He was the Lancaster Country Day boys soccer coach forever. He's originally from the area. He's a Penn Manor alum, which I always like because I'm from Penn Manor. But overall, he finishes his coaching career 489 wins, 228 losses, 32 ties. So kudos to Coach Milan on an awesome career, and he's always been awesome with me and dealing with him these last few years that I've gotten to know him, and changed a lot of lives and impacted a lot of people. So congrats to him on an awesome coaching career. All right, Jeff, long show in the books, a busy week in the LL League,
Big time.
Fun time of the year. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. We'll be seeing you probably after the New Year's and next time. So for Jeff Reinhardt, I'm John Walk. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you down the line.